Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ICS321, and today is July 19th. And I took a break last week, and this week I'd like to catch up. So I'm going to start out today by showing you, by finishing up the section on APIs, and I'm going to show you how to do assignment 7.4 assignment 7.4 in Python instead of PHP. Python. Okay, so let me share my screen. Share number 3. All right, so I'm going to put this up here. Hello, nice to see you. Sorry about the late notice.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Today I'm just going to show you how to do assignment 7.4 in Python instead of PHP. Okay, so I'll kind of go through the whole thing.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
All right. We're in this week, and you know, you should go through this section and this section on your own. There's not too much I can really say about it, but I will cover these two chapters briefly throughout our Wednesday and Thursday, or the next 2 times this week. But right now I'm going to show you how to do Campus Cuisine assignment 7. So let's go to see what it looks like. And it's here. And so you should already have done assignment 6, and assignment 6 is making the database. And so that's the only part that's creating the database. And so that's really the only part that's important to do assignment 7.4, because the first part of assignment 7 is making the store procedure for adding a new place. And then the first API is actually using testing or using your store procedure. And then the second API is removing a place from the database. So we actually could demonstrate this example also with just the database. But I'm going to show you and kind of go through this last one, because this is kind of the most interesting and the most general. And if there's anybody who's watching this who's not in my class but wants a little tutorial on how to get Python running on a cPanel, you know, Linux stack, this will be useful for you too. So I have two you know, fake accounts for this class. They are my two Joe Schmo accounts, and so I've got a test panel that looks like this, where I grade your stuff. Your stuff is higher up, but so for this Joe Schmo without the C, I do have the Campus Cuisine schemas working, and so I got all the points here. So I can continue now. I don't have anything else in here, so it's a blank account basically. I don't even have. If you go to HTTPS, it doesn't even redirect to HTTPS. So that's how new it is. So let's just HTTPS. Let's just stay there. But anyway, so I'm going to go to cPanel. And log in. I changed the password to July 19, 2021. I'm going to change that after I'm done with this. Back to what it was. And so if we go look in PHPMyAdmin, you can see that I already have my database campus here, and it's got all these. I don't have the view in here, but that's okay. I don't need the view. All right, so let's go back to here, and I'm going to create. Let's go to the assignment. So I'm going to create something that looks just like this. in my in my public.html directory, and this is a nice thing I can use to test. Let's see, I don't think I'm going to bother with this test screen. I'm just going to go directly to this this here. You know, I think I'm going to so we have something to test with. I'm just going to pop this over there in there. Copy, and I'm going to go to File Manager, and I'm going to go into my public_HTML, and do I have my, can I see my hidden folders? No, hidden files. Okay, let's see, look at the hidden files. I want to see, oh, .htx, okay, I want to see that there. I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it search_places.php. So this is going to be the PHP version, and this should be easy to get running. Let me edit it. And I'm going to just paste in what I just had over there. And this is going to take in a search thing, and we're just going to search this thing. Oh, when it looks like that, you go like click on this, and then you get the full screen. This right here will search, should search the database and return everything, because there's no where clause in the select. Okay. Oh, but we have to fill this stuff in first. So I am Joe Schmo. It's my username on this one, and my password for this little video is July 19, 2021. Yes. Okay. I think that'll work. And so let me save this, and I'm going to go back to my Joe Schmo with no C. So now I've got search places. What happens when I click on this? Okay, here we go. It returns a JSON object, and it's got this is the campus parameter, the cuisine parameter, the place parameter, and these are all the campus places, cuisines, or whatever that are in the database now. So if I go something like $campus equals KCC, let's do UHM. We're a UHM, then it's gonna not do anything. We see that the parameter is displayed there, but the search doesn't work. UHM and the cuisine equals Italian. It should return to us this one, Paisano should, yeah, because that's UHM Italian. Oh, UHM Italian, Paisanos. Is that still up there? I don't know. I haven't been up there for a while. Okay, so anyway, so the code. So you're supposed to go in and add the select statements or add the where clauses to make this work. And it's something like if campus is something, then you want to you want to start up by making a where clause. So let's make a where clause equals nothing. And if that's the case, if there's a campus, if the campus was specified, then we want to append onto this where clause, and I'm going to append and campus equals quote $campus. And yeah, and so I do that because I don't know if it's there or not, but I always want the and I'll show you how I take care of that. Well, I can just do this. One space. Oh, like one will work. No, space one. Space one. Okay, and that. Okay, and then semicolon, and then I want to do this for cuisine. $cuisine, and this is going to be cuisine, and this is place, and so this is $, place. And when you do double clicking in here, it takes the dollar sign along with it. So I can do this. Okay, campus cuisine place and campus. Okay, so or you could use like, I suppose. And then you can say if, yeah, well, you can just say SQL equals append onto SQL the where clause. And we can see what that looks like if we want to by displaying it back. I tell you what we'll do. In the message, I'm going to put $SQL so we can see what the SQL statement was when it returns. And so let me save this and we'll see what this does. Unexpected character in line one. Oh, something didn't. Message. Where's the first? I'm gonna. Take that out and see what this does. I'm gonna take this out, see what this does. Okay, that's back. So you get to see how I debug. So why isn't, oh, it's probably because there's something wrong with the SQL statement. I forgot the word, I forgot the word where. That's the problem. I forgot the word where. Oops. So I'm just going to do this. SQL equals quote equals quote $. Okay. SQL where. How's that? See if that works. And then did I take any? Oh, that worked, but I want to see what the SQL statement is. So I put that in here. Just so you can see what the SQL statement is. Okay, so this is what the SQL statement ended up looking like. See, the where one, that's like true, where everything and campus has got to equal UHM and cuisine has to equal Italian. See, so that's the SQL statement. And then it's executed. Okay, so that's the SQL part. All right, and the rest of the stuff is PHP. The rest of the stuff is new, isn't it? Okay, so so that's the PHP version. Now I'm going to make the Python version, and I'm going to compare it with this. Okay, so I'm going to go back to File Manager, and I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call this one search underscore places.py. Okay, this is kind of where's my okay, so here we are, search underscore places.py. Now there's a funny thing that can happen in Python. It's really important that the first of all, it's really important that the permissions are execute 755. It's got to be 755. Can't be 775. Okay, it's got to be 755. Okay, and you can experiment around with that. So that's the first thing that's important. And then let's see what happens when we open this, edit. And now we can use Python 2 or Python 3. Now there's another thing that we want to do when we're doing this, and that is go back to cPanel. And you should be able to find in advanced, there should be a terminal. Okay, so click on the terminal, and you use this with extreme caution. I understand. And you go in here, and and a terminal opens up. And now you can test stuff. ls-l, we're at the root, and see, here's public HTML. We want to go in there. So cd public __ HTML. Okay, and do a ls-l, and we can see here we are. And I think what happens when I do, let me try PHP search. I'm just going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh yeah, it works. Okay, so that's how you can run a PHP program from the command line. And we're going to run Python. Now, you can do a Python, see, just plain old Python is Python 2.7.5. Okay, exit, and Python 3 is 3.6.8. And in our textbook, we've been learning Python 3. Okay, and it does kind of matter a little bit with this because we're going to be using some modules and you know, library classes and stuff. So and they're different for each. I got it working on both, but I think we should just stick with Python 3. All right, so that's that. Now let's go back to here. The first thing we have to do is so this is a CGI program, which is why we had to make sure that the permissions were that they're executable. You notice that we don't have to with PHP. With PHP, it's just the web server that is what's running, and the web server sees this as a data file, which that's cool, that executes. But this is actually a CGI program that executes, and normally it should be in the CGI bin directory, but I have the server set up so you can, oh no, we still have to set that up. So it will execute not in the CGI bin directory. Let's go up one level. Okay, so to make sure it executes in the CGI bin directory, you need to put in I don't have that in my notes, do I? I better quickly grab them. Let me go to Joe. The other Joe Schmo. This Joe Schmo. cPanel. And mark. Okay, it must be this. Oh, this is SC. Wrong Schmo spelling. It's let's see, S. Sorry about this. We got to go into File Manager, and I got to look and see what this thing is. htaccess. Am I in the right place? I guess I'm in the right place. Let's look and see what's inside the htaccess, and it is. Oh, it's not it. Let me go into the Python folder and look inside this htaccess. Okay, these two lines make it so you can run a CGI script in the directory that these two lines are in the htaccess. So I want to copy this, and I got to go over to so I don't get confused. I have to go over to I'm back in the one I'm working in, my two files here, and I have to go into this htaccess and edit this. And this is some stuff for PHP. Make sure you're running PHP 7. So I'm just going to paste this in here. And, you know, while I'm at it, I'm going to go back to, sorry, this is another. Copy this in there too. Copy. And I'm going to put that second. It's okay. All right, so now that's fixed. So now now this should be able to run. Okay, now so this is a CGI. So this says that .py files are CGI scripts. Okay, it doesn't say it's Python. It just says it's a CGI script. So inside here we have to say what the program is that we're running, and that program is going to be it's at this. It's at this place. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. It's at, click here and do a hashtag exclamation point. It's in USR user / bin / and it's called Python 3. We're going to use Python 3. Okay. And then the first thing that you have to do, since it's a CGI bin program, you have to tell the browser what kind of file is coming at it. And so we're going to do a print content. And that's just like this. We have to do this. We have to print that out. Copy. We have to print that out. Okay, and we got to put a character return in there, a return. And then let's do print hello world, just to make sure it's working. Okay, save this, go back to here, go back here, refresh, and there's our new one, and click. Okay, it works. It's unexpected error. We can just that's just because. Okay, can we look at the raw data? See, it's just this hello world. Okay, so that part works. Now, it's too bad that this error thing didn't happen, but sometimes what can happen when you're creating this is you end up creating a file that is not where the lines don't end in \n. Instead, they end in \r\n. Okay, and that's a different format. And so what you need to do if that happens, I'm just going to throw this out there in case any of you are following along and that happens. You need to go. I'm going to save this and close it. And you need to go in the terminal, ls-l. You see that this is the file. You would do this. You would type sed-i single quote, and you want to substitute for all the \r at the end of the line. All the \r's at the end of the line. You want to replace that with a nothing. And you want to do it for all of them. Okay, and that ends the search and replace, and you're doing it to search _ places.py. Okay, you do that, and that will remove that will fix the file. So if you confirm that it is in fact 0755, and you confirm that that you have this there. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to close this. And you confirm that where's the Python? Oh, I closed the Python version. And you confirm that this is correct, and you confirm you got a \n there. That's important, and you confirm that all that's there, and it's still you get a 500 error. Then the last thing to try is typing this, and that will replace. It's probably and what you can do to check to see if that was actually it when you do this is you hit refresh and you say it's 84 bytes, and then you run this. You run this. And then you go back here and you reload, and it's going to be a smaller number of bytes. It's going to be like 3 less bytes because or 5 less bytes because you had 5 lines in your code. So So anyway, that's just an aside. Now, so let's go back to editing this, and we have to make it do this stuff. So there's various ways we can do that, but I'm going to just be lazy, and I'm going to just take this and copy the whole thing, copy it, and I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to do comment, 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 enter, paste, enter, comment, comment, comment. Okay, so that's my comment down there to remember this stuff. And now we're going to have to do this. We're going to do this. We have to get stuff from the URL or from a post, but basically this is data that's coming from the browser or data that's coming from the user when we were testing this and we're putting stuff up there. So there's a module for that, and that is import CGI. It's CGI data coming in, and then we're going to want a some variable called request, and it doesn't matter what we call it, but we can call it request like this. We can call it that equals CGI dot field storage. Okay, so this is like the dictionary of field storage that comes in, and I'm going to use the same kind of looking variable as that. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to assign this campus variable, this cuisine variable, and this place variable. So I'm going to first start out by just setting a campus variable equal to nothing, and then I'm going to say if there is a campus key in request in this dictionary here, if there is one there, then I want to set campus, this little campus variable here, equal to request campus, just like that. It's dot value, as you know from dictionaries. No, you don't know. That's because you. Anyway, yeah, it's dot value. So that's how you get at the value. This is the key. These are key value pairs in here that come back. In fact, if you'd like, we can print this. I think I will. Print request. Let's see what it looks like. And the rest is comments, so that's, I should be able just to run this, see what it looks like. Okay, good, plenty of time. Let me just refresh this. Let's go to raw data, and oh, it's none because there's nothing there. So if I put parentheses campus equals UHM ampersand cuisine equals Italian, enter, then we see that the raw data is, this is what it looks like when it comes in. Okay, it's got campus, this name, this is the name, this is the value, this is the name, this is the value, and this is, so that's what the raw data looks like. And so that's what that looks like when you print it. And here we're checking to see if there's a key value campus in there, and if there is, we're going to set the this variable equal to that value. And we're going to do that for the other ones too, cuisine and place. And we don't need this anymore. Okay, so this is a cuisine. And this is place. Oops. And so now we can do something like, let's just print campus cuisine place. Okay, so you notice some things about Python. I haven't said anything about Python. With Python, there's no beginnings curly brace, ending curly brace. There's not that. What it is indenting. Okay, indenting matters. It's the syntax matters. So this is the inside of the if clause, and you'll see that if there's a loop, it's the indenting is, oh, there's no semicolons either. There's no semicolons in Python. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Raw data looks like, oh, UHM Italian, because that's what came across. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so that's fine. So we got that. So we have the data values come in, and next thing we want to do is we want to connect to the database. Yeah, we want to connect to the database. So to we don't need this anymore. So to connect to the database, we're going to use import MySQL connector. And if we were using Python 2, it would be MySQL DB it would be import MySQL DB or something like that. But anyway, and that's available on the server. So if you're so inclined to do Python 2, you can do it that way. Just do a search on that. It's the connector that's spelled that way, but I'm not sure about the caps. And of course, the print statements you don't use. You don't put left and right parentheses. But a lot of the other stuff is the same. All right, so we're going to use that one, and then we're gonna connect up to the user and the password. So let's just do this. Why not? Copy this, and I'm going to put this here, but there's no dollar signs, and there's no semicolons, and it is what do I call it? I call it con. Yeah, I call it the same thing. Con equals MySQL connector dot connect. Host is local host, the same. Oh, I can just do this. Why don't I just do this? Do the whole thing. Oh, yeah. And in PHP, a period is concatenate, but in Python, it is a plus sign, like every other language. Most of the languages. Perl is a period. Okay, so now I got that. And so let's do this. Loop is host. I think I can just do this now. Host. And user equals user, I think. Hope this is right. If it's not, I'll just put it in. Password equals pass, comma, database equals database. We'll see if that works. And this is the name, and this is the value, which is this value. See if that works. And that's the connector. And so now we want to do, next thing we have to do is we have to say this. Make this wider. We have to say, my cursor. What do we use down here? I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna do cursor equals con.cursor. Okay, so this is the same as this, and this is now how we're going to refer to this to the database. This is a cursor that is supposed to be pointing to a row or something. Okay, so let's put this in here. Copy that, put that in here, and let's just call it SQL. And And then the way we execute it is this. Okay, so we say cursor dot execute SQL. That's how we say that. And the results are, oh, it's called places. That's the results, it looks like, or something like that. Places. Okay, so I'm going to call it places. SQL places. I can call it SQL places. SQL places equals cursor dot fetch all. So the fetch all is kind of like this fetch, I guess. And we're looking at, so it's place 2 at a time. And do I really need that? I don't think I need any of that. Oh, I do need that. Ugh. That's right. It gets messy. Well, okay. I'm going to print this right now. See what that looks like. Save this. And so now we get to see how this works. Good. Well, that's probably, I'm gonna, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this localhost, which is just the server that it's on, which it is the server that it's on. And I'm gonna make this jshmo. And I'm gonna make this, and I don't know if this is the problem, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. July 19th. 2021, and the database is called Joe Schmo _campus.
Oh, you're missing an L in localhost.
I am. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Let's see if this works. All right. So let's start. Okay, I'm gonna comment this. I'm gonna do. This should still work. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Well, I don't really need this anymore, so let me just take that out of there. Gee, this is getting serious. Okay, well, it's not an error anymore. So that's there, and let me take this out. And oh, there we go. Okay, so this is what was read from the this is what was read from the database. So these are all of the places in the select. So this is this. And so now what we have to do is we have to put I wonder, you know, I actually inserted into an array, and then I actually create a dictionary out of it, but I wonder if I have to create, let me see what this looks like. No, I have to see, this is actually a list of sets, I guess. See, it doesn't say what the name is. It just gives the values, value, 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 and it doesn't say what the names are. So we have to create a dictionary because we want to send something back that has the campus equals UHM, place equals Andy's sandwiches, and cuisine equals sandwiches. Okay, so to do that, we need to we've got this, and we don't need this anymore. So first of all, this is going to be some Python that we may need to that may make it more complicated. But okay, so the field names, the way you get the field names out is they're in a thing called a cursor description. Okay, that's the field names. That's the description of it's kind of the description of the record set that came back, and that's going to look like this. See this? So there's a campus field, and there's a place field, and there's a cuisine field. And I don't know what all there's a bunch of other stuff. Who knows what it is? But all we care about is the 0th element, and the 0th element, because it starts counting at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the 0th of that. And so it's going to look like this, where we and so we want to load that up into a list. And we're going to call the list field names. And that is equal to, this is fancy Python now. It's going to be and for each element I, let's see, for each I in cursor description, for each I in cursor description, we put what it is over here. We want I of 0, the 0th element of I, so this should be a 0. We want the 0th element of each of the I's in cursor description. So, this is the first I, the second I, and the third I, and we want the 0th elements. So that's what this does. This loads them up into this thing, and this sees elements coming at it. So it's going to be a list. So now we can print the list and see what that looks like. So let's save this and run it. And see, so this is the list. The place, the campus place, that's what we want. This is the list of this is the field names. Okay, so now we're gonna, and we don't need to see this anymore. And we probably don't need to see that anymore. But so then we want so then we want to create this dictionary. Well, how do we create a dictionary? Let's see, we're gonna create how do we use table? Oh no. We want to create a I gotta go to this is actually a list of dictionaries. Okay, this is a bad way to express this. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to make this text plain. And I'm going to do that instead. And I'm going to display this again, and it's going to look like that. Okay, so see, this is actually a list in JSON. We're talking JSON now. A list because it's brackets, and by the way, Python's like this. Python's just like this. This signifies a list of something, and these are elements in the list. One element, two element, element 3, element 4, and each of these elements is a dictionary. It's a Python dictionary, or it's called different things in other languages, but it actually has a name. Each field is identified, and then the value, name, value, name, value. Okay, so we want something that looks like this. And so to make something that looks like that, we need to make it, so it's going to be a table of something. So it's going to be a table of that. So that defines a table. And then we're going to do for each places, for each place to in SQL places. It's like this down here. Okay. For each of those, we're gonna do, we're gonna build up a row or a dictionary. I'm gonna call it dictionary, just because I'm gonna call it that. Dictionary is not, we're gonna start out with a blank dictionary, and then we're gonna say, I'm gonna call it diction, just because I don't want to get all confused. I don't want to get all with reserved words and stuff. For each, and I'm just gonna iterate through this, you know, 0, 1, 2. I suppose I could do for each value or something, but I'm gonna just do it this way. For each, I'm gonna iterate through, and so I'm gonna, for each I in the range, this is more Python, in the length of field names, and so the length of field names is 3, right? It's 3, right? Because there's 3 elements in field names. Field names is the field names here, 0, 1, and 2. So that's 3. And a range means range for a length of 3, where this you're just specifying it this way, is going to be 0, 1, 2. So this is going to make I go from 0, 1, and 2. Okay, that's just how Python works. And in that, now we're going to say a dictionary element, and which dictionary element? Well, this dictionary element, I. So the first time it's going to be campus, the next time it's going to be place, and the third time it's going to be cuisine. It's like this: campus, campus, place, cuisine. For each one of those, the dictionary value is going to be whatever place. X of I. Place. Place 2. Okay, so right. I guess we're doing it that way. I guess that's how you need to do it. Okay, so this is the place 2. That's this. That is going to be. This is place 0. This is place 1, and this is place 2. Okay, that's what. And this is field name 0, field name 1, field name 2, place 2 of 0, place 2 of 1, place 2 of 2. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, this is for each of the ones in SQL places. That's whatever. Okay, so that should work. So this thing here creates this dictionary, which is just one of these, like one of these. It creates this, and then we're going to append that to the table. So to append this, so this is going to be after the 4 is done. We're going to do it's do table append. This is how Python works. This new dictionary that we just created. Okay, and let's take a look and see what that table looks like. Okay. See what the table looks like, and that's this one. So okay, so this is one of them, and this is the next one. Can we see that? So yeah, and this is the third one. And so this is UHM Andes Manoa sandwiches. It looks like just like this: UHM Andes Manoa sandwiches. Okay, so that's great. That looks good. We're not still not. It doesn't look like JSON yet, but all right. So so now we just have to still make it look like, because we still need to have the message, this error, the cuisine. We still have to pass these in. So we still need to make something that looks like that. And so I think we can just do so I'm gonna not print this anymore. I'm gonna not print this anymore. And I'm going to say, I'm going to create a variable called message, and that's going to be, I'm just going to say it's, oh, I should say it's the SQL statement. SQL. Oh, I never added this other stuff. Oh, I never added the narrowing it down. So I'm going to take this here, take that, and I'm going to put it after the SQL statement. And I'm going to create my where. Where equals, do I start out with the equaling 1, I suppose? And then I'm going to say, if that's true, oh, I'm going to say if campus, oh, if the length of campus, the len of campus is greater than 0, that means something that is there, then I want to append onto where, and so we're typing SQL now, and campus equals, end the quote, append onto this, yeah, I got to do it this way, campus, append onto that, oops, end the single quote. Okay, so that's got to go after each of these ones. And this is going to be place. And this is going to be big place. And this is going to be cuisine. Cuisine, cuisine, and this is big cuisine. All right, so and then we're going to append SQL onto where. I guess you can just go SQL equals SQL plus the word where. I'm going to put the word where right here. Yeah. Where 1. Okay. Plus where. Now this should work. Methinks. Okay. I guess I could have just. I don't even need this. I could have just kept on sticking it onto there. Anyway, so I want to see what this SQL statement looks like before I. And we've got a couple of parameters there. So let me, what did I just do? Oop. Yeah, okay, so refresh. And now it looks like this. Huh. Well, that's what the where camp, yeah, okay, so that's what the where statement should look like. I guess I'm not printing anything else out. I guess I could have. Okay, so let's go back to this. So we have a message, and I'm going to put the SQL statement in the message so we can see what that is. That's why I was doing this. This SQL. And then I got to have an error. I'm going to say error equals, I'm going to say 0. I don't know. I'm going to say campus. Oh, I have all those there. So now I'm going to do I'm going to say this return JSON objects, return JSON equals, it's a dictionary where MSG is going to be this, whatever the message is up there. And the error is going to equal to whatever ERR is defined up there, 0, I guess. And then we have campus. Quote, campus is equal to whatever the campus value was, and the cuisine is equal to whatever the cuisine value was, and the place is equal to whatever the place value was, and the table, places, the table is called places. Places is equal to whatever the table which is a list of dictionaries, isn't it? Okay, that looks like that. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to make sure it's in JSON format. So I'm going to use this last module here called JSON, and I'm just going to print. This is how you do it. Print JSON.dumps whatever it is. Return JSON. So I could make this whatever. I mean, this is actually something. Do that if you want to, so let's print that out. So I do print it. Okay, so there we go. So let's save this and let's see what this looks like. Looks like this. This looks like JSON because it's got to have double quotes and stuff. So this makes sure it's in JSON. The reason this didn't work is because I'm still printing out that, but that gets printed out as the message. So let me go back here and remove. Not that. The one just above it. Remove this, print SQL. I don't need to print the SQL. Now it might actually print out JSON. Yes, it does. Okay, so let's take away, let's just look at UHM. And we see that it looks like this. And we, if we look at the other one, let's see, did we put it in here? Campus equals UHM. And this, I guess, looks the same. I guess this is printing out in, it's because we made it text plain. I can put it back to application. Application JSON. And it returns to looking like that. Okay, now, so now when we go to testing to see if this works, do I have one? Let's go to su21.ics321.com. And I put in JSHMOE without the C, and this is a July 19, 2021 network. And I see that this campus schema, this one should work. It does. Don't save, not now. And can I go back? And I can go to search API. Now, when I do this, the first thing it does is it looks to see if I've got a searches.php. If I have a searches, this is important. If I have a searches.php, it just goes ahead and grades that, okay? Well, we don't want that because we have two of them in there. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to rename it and I'm going to put an X right here, a big old X to make it so it's not there. And now we just have the PY. And so now when I run this, it actually first checks to see if there's the PHP version. It finds it doesn't exist, and then it goes and sees if there's a PY version, finds it does exist, and then it goes through and it tests the PY version. So you can see I got all the points for that. So I've shown you how to do 7.4, both PHP and Python. You can do whichever one you want. And for all of them, you can do whichever one you want. Yes.
Oh, thank you. No, just saying thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'll see you next time.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
take care. Thank you.